Guess what? I'm going to the Joker movie for the third time like this. Today we're going to be talking about Ben Cooper, the legendary costume maker. Ben Cooper was a costume manufacturer who ruled Halloween heavily between the 50s and 80s. Though the first company to make a child's Batman costume was Desart Brothers in 1961, they also made Robin, who Ben Cooper never made. They were the first to make vacuform plastic-style superhero masks. The first Ben Cooper Batman costume was made in 1965 and came with a domino mask and cloth hood. Here's the first generic box, and here's the photo box. Here's the first window box from 1965. Notice the pink swirl. Here's the second window box, dated 1966, with orange swirl. These mark the first Batman suits made of rayon. Here's the first Batman graphic window box. Note the dialogue bubble reads "Fantastic." Notice the second of this type has the Batman TV series fight words. The first cape issued with this costume is very rare and has a vinyl bat sewn on. Here's a 1966 Woolworth's newspaper ad promoting this costume. Here it is in color, which commands good money. They repurposed Batman's mask for Daredevil in '66. Over in England, in the same year, Berwick made this Batman outfit. In Argentina, Plastirama made a Batman costume. They also made Robin. Here's a very scarce bootleg 1960s mask. They also made Batgirl. In 1967, Ben Cooper made this Batgirl costume. Here's one of the many 60s rip-off costumes. In 1970, they issued this clown box. In the same year, they issued this striped box. In 1973, they issued this lightning box. In 1975, they issued this playsuit, which I lived in. Also in '75, Ben Cooper put out this trick-or-treat bag. In 1976, they made this fun poncho that came with a mask. Also in 1976, they made this costume and mask. They also made Batgirl in the same style box. In 1977, they made the Tiny Tot costume. Here's a print ad from that same year. In '77, Ben Cooper started making these rubber masks, which came shipped to stores in this corrugated carton. In 1982, they released this costume in rainbow box. Here's a Polaroid of me wearing it from 1982. In 1987, they released this costume. Though the box is dated 1976, it's really '87. In '89, they repainted this mask black. In 1989, they released this cape and mask set. Some examples can be found with the year 1987 on the header card. Here's another example after they changed the mask sculpt. Here's a fabric costume they put out in '89 after the Batman movie. But the first polybag Batman suit or cape and mask set was made in 1965. In 1989, they recycled the 1987 mask and they released this costume. Then in the same year, created a whole new mask modeled after Alan Davis's Batman from the comics, and released this costume, and a Joker to go with it. In 1966, Ben Cooper made this very rare half mask, which helped kids breathe better. Here's another example from 1975. They made these masks you could buy separately, which were completely different from the masks issued with costumes. They have tags inside with price. They're more sturdy and glossy. Between the 60s and 70s, there were several Batgirl vacuform masks, including this one from Italy, where she's been given black hair. The Ben Cooper Batman mask went through a lot of changes from 1965 to 1992. In '92, Collegeville took over, then Ruby's took over for Collegeville in '93. Here's a Mexican version. Note the feet on the bat and the matte finish. Ben Cooper inspired other manufacturers, like this 1966 Cajanas Batman mask from Argentina, and this unauthorized papier-mâché mask. and this glittered ornament. Here's a Robin Ben Cooper style mask from Mexico. Here's a 1978 latex mask. These didn't survive well and were eaten up by the elements. On the top shelf of this old display of mine, you can see the 1988 rubber mask Ben Cooper made. Here's the 1989 repaint. In 2005, as a part of an Easter basket, this 1987 Ben Cooper Batman mask was reissued with this vinyl bat cape and 3 batarangs. Ben Cooper didn't just make costumes. In 1973, they made this rubber action figure, or jiggler, as some call it, which was sold 3 ways: loose, from this cool store display, or carded. In '89, China issued him in black. And now I'll leave you with this old photo of me from back in the '70s dressed as Batman. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Happy Halloween.